I'm with it, 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 hey, hey, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, let's get it. You already know that I'm with it. We already know that she with it. You know that my squad, we gon' get it.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of I'm With It Sports. I'm Jalen Green. Alongside me is Tone and Scoob. And today we have a very special guest. He is He's a two-time Arena Bowl champion, three-time first-team All-Arena, AFL Defensive Back of the Year. Everyone give it up for James Romain.
Hey, man.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, man.
You so special. You so special. We changed up the whole format of where we shoot for you. This is a special situation. Do you understand?
Like, oh man, y'all don't make me blush, man.
What I'm starting to realize though is I don't look as good in natural light as I do on stage light. So we're not gonna do this.
That stage height hit that stage.
Yeah, it was making me glisten a little bit. I was looking at me in the last episode like, okay, now we back to regular light.
Listen, don't thought he was gonna be
different.
I was reading Denzel Washington screenplays, thinking I was about to make the big jump. Y'all had me out thinking some things.
Listen, I'm about to mute you.
Already.
2 minutes, not even 2 minutes in, you already talking reckless.
Sure.
Look, I was talking fast.
Bro, James Romain, I gotta start off, man, if I can, if y'all don't mind, man.
Go ahead.
We've had an opportunity to kind of really get to know each other, and so I just kind of want to get your start. Where did football start for you? You know what I mean? Because we were in college together, Delaware State University. Shout out to Delaware State University, Hornets all day.
The greatest HBCU right there.
Absolutely.
Greatest.
Bar none.
None.
So where did football start for you? You know what I mean?
Grew up in Far Rockaway, New York, Queens. Actually, in my neighborhood, we got a day called Bayswater's Day. So I was 6, 7 years old. I was just walking through, saw a whole bunch of kids in football helmets and shoulder pads. I didn't really know what it was, and they was having races there. They was racing for trophies. So I was like, I'm pretty fast. I was playing baseball at the time, so I was good at stealing bases. So I was like, let me get on base. Ken Griffey Jr. was my favorite player, so I was like, let me get on the line and see if I'm faster than these kids. Got on the line. Smoked the younger kids. So the coach saw me, so he put me with the older kids. Smoked the older kids. He said, "Hey man, you ever play some football?" I was like, "Football? What's that?" So I went home and I told my dad. I was like, "Yo, Dad, I want to play some football." So my dad was like, "You serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to play some football."
Every dad's dream, right?
I went out. He took me out the next practice schedule, and I went out and I made the team. And from there, I've been starting running back since that day, playing Little League. And, I took my talents to elsewhere.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about high school. What was high school for you? You know what I mean? What was high school like for you? Were you like the man on campus, or was it some growing that you had to do in order to get to that level of collegiate football?
Well, when I first got to high school, I actually didn't start running back. There was a guy named Antoine Walker. He was actually my backup in Little League. And then he came into high school. He matured a little bit quicker than me. So he gained his speed, got a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter. So his physique and everything just took over on the field. Certain plays that he was making as a running back that coaches wanted in high school, I couldn't make yet. I still had the Little League mentality. So I moved to wide receiver. Sat there for a while. I did my thing because, I'm nice. And then I found the love for corner. I found the love for corner my freshman year of high school. And once I found the love for corner, football opened up for me. I started to watch everything. From me watching corner, I learned how to play wide receiver better. From playing wide receiver, I learned how to play, understand running backs and offensive line schemes better. So, coaches wanted to move me up the end of my freshman year to varsity. I was a little bit nervous. I didn't do it. So the next year, one of my best friends, his name is Jamal Hill. it was time for us to, pick our jerseys for either go to JV or varsity.
Right.
So I went to go get my JV jersey and it wasn't sitting there. And then my best friend, he snatched my JV jersey and he had a varsity jersey for me. And I argued with him for about like 10 minutes, like, bro, I'm not playing varsity. I'm not ready yet. I didn't even get my feet wet on JV. I need to get my feet wet. He like, don't worry about it. You're good enough. Don't worry about what them coaches talking about down there. Come up. You're going to play. We need somebody with talent to play corner. So I'm like, I fell in love with the corner position. Let me move up to varsity and get my shine, because varsity is where, you get the letters and the scouts start looking at you and you start to get ranked across the country. So that started to kick into my mind. So I'm like, let me move up. Was probably like the best thing that happened in my career. Like I moved up my sophomore year in high school, started corner, started every game. The end of the year, I was tied for the league leader in interceptions with, I believe it was 7. So got a trophy at the end of the year. So my next year, same thing happened. I was tied I believe I finished second my junior year. But now I had shine on offense my junior year, playing receiver and running back. So didn't really get my man on campus until my senior year.
Okay.
Didn't want to play running back. So my coach, his name is Anthony Milley, my senior year. We started the season about 2-1. We lost a big game. And he pulled me in the office and he said, hey, James, so this how he is. He got a stick cup. See, I need a cup. I need a cup. So anyway, he got a stick cup. He's like, hey, listen, kid, you're a fucking stud. So I'm like, appreciate it, coach. Like, appreciate it. He like, you're not hearing me, kid. You're a stud. So I'm like, okay, like I understand. He's like, I need to switch your position. So I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm doing my thing at receiver right now. Like, I got to go to college and receive. I've been playing receiver the last 2-3 years.
Right.
He like, you're the best kid in the school, man. I need you to play running back. I'm like, no. He was like, yo, just listen. You're going to touch the ball at least 20 to 30 times a game instead of 5 to 6 of us throwing you the ball.
Right.
Light bulb.
Right. Bing.
All right, cool. I'm doing it. I'm about to put the team on my back.
Okay.
So he put the team on my back. And when we in New York, I believe we only played 9-10 games. So I started playing running back the 4th game of the season. I finished the season with like 998 or something like that, almost 1,000 yards. But I was small. Jesus. So, like my game wasn't ground and pound. I was more of a finesse guy. Okay. And I went to a small school. So we started off, when I first got to the school, a lot of people around the country know what, the 1As, 2As, 3As, 4As is, right? Yeah. 5As.
Yeah.
So in New York, it goes from a 1, 3 to a 5 in New York City. We started off a 1, and when I was my senior year, we was a 5. So we was playing against the best teams in the country. I mean, and the city, and we wasn't supposed to. We was a 1 school, really, but my coach, Anthony Milley, forced everybody to put the school into the 5 schools. So we playing against kids that's going to Michigan State, Rutgers, West Virginia, Syracuse. Mm-hmm. So we played against some big linemen, some beefy linemen. I played against some linemen that was 310 pounds. That's
in high school, like, yo.
280, yeah. So my game was more of a finesse game, so coach tried to like not get me in between the tackles. But, I started, doing my push-ups during the season, and I tried to like finesse within it. But my game, I knew going into college was going to be either receiver or corner, right? So after I finished high school, I left for junior college. I didn't get all of the recognition that I needed as far as, getting out there. I didn't get selected to all of the big all-star games. I did get selected to 1 game before I went to junior college. Got selected to play in this Boomer Esiason game. It's New York City versus Long Island. I didn't get selected to the game. It was a guy named Naeem Boateng. He committed to Florida. Didn't play his senior year. Went to Lincoln High School where Sebastian Telfair went. Also where Lance Stevenson went.
Yep, for sure.
So he went there, broke his ankle his senior year, didn't play, still committed to Florida. They still selected him to play in the game. So my coach, Anthony Milley, he did some stuff like the Remember the Titans. I swear I'll go to the papers. He went to the PSAL board. It was like, I'll go to the papers, man. I'm going to be up here every day with this kid highlight tape. He's the best kid in the city. He's the best kid in the city, best kid in the city, best kid in the city. So about a week or two before the first practice for the All-Star game, my coach got a letter mailed into the school. He called me down to the office. I was in class. He called me down. And he was like, hey, kid, look at this paper right here, kid. I'm reading the paper. And it says, I almost cried.
Right.
So a kid that didn't get selected in this game went to practice on the 4th string, destroyed everybody the first day. They moved me to first string.
For sure.
Moved me to first string because the coaches that I was playing for, that was coaching the All-Star team, didn't even know my name. I wasn't even on the roster at the time.
Oh, wow.
So after that first day, I said, they're going to remember my name.
For sure.
Right.
So starting, had a special play called Goal 99 for me. We got in the game. I had 4 catches, 160-something yards, almost took back a punt return, most valuable player of the game. And this is a kid that didn't get selected. I'm saying?
Right.
Sure.
So
inspiration right there.
Getting it out the mud right there.
Right.
yeah. So like Boomer, and this is Boomer Esiason's game.
Yeah.
Like Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Boomer Esiason, you know what I'm saying? So the announcers, it played on MSG. So the announcers on MSG is like saying everything like this kid James Romain, longtime coach for the Tottenville Pirates, said this kid James Romain, I didn't even know who he was, but this kid is amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went to junior college to play, wide receiver. I just coming off a fresh, dominating game, an all-star game. I killed the best guys in Long Island, guys that's going to big colleges. Y'all gotta let me play wide receiver, right?
Right.
So, but this is how God worked though. I get there, first day, I'll go to the offensive meeting. I get a playbook, get offensive playbook.
Right.
And I'm not on the wide receivers list. I'm on the defensive back list now. So I'm like, everywhere I go, they changing my position. Like, so I'm like, this is college now, and I'm not playing D-back. I don't have to play D-back. I get to play what I want now. Like,
Right.
That's what you think. That's what you think, right?
I get to.
Oh, really?
I ain't know. I thought I could say the same thing back in my day.
This is what I'm thinking. Like this is me young. I'm
That's
not really
definitely
educated.
18.
I'm like,
That's definitely 18 right there.
to play what I want. So I'm like, I came here to play this.
Right.
And this is what I want to go play. I want to be a star. I want the ball, and I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, wanted to go to Ohio State was my school. I wanted to go Ohio State.
Right.
I wanted to play. Chris Gamble was my guy. I wanted to be Chris Gamble. I wanted to be the Ted Ginn or whoever. Like, that's who I wanted to be.
For sure.
Man.
For sure.
So I go get a playbook, go home. I get a call to be at the office early the next day. So go to the office early. Coach sit me down. He's talking to me and is like, I like my players to be disciplined and follow instructions. And I'm like, okay, that's me.
Right.
Like I got the playbook. I was looking at my playbook last night. I'm ready to go.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't recruit you for wide receiver. Like, I need you to play defensive back. I don't want to play defensive back, but you're gonna play defensive back.
That means you don't want to play.
So now my tone, like, now he's like, you're going to. So I'm like, how do I answer that? Like, do I say I'm not playing defensive back?
Right.
You know, so
Life altering decision here.
Right.
Pull back.
So now I'm stuck in a dilemma. So I'm like, but like I want like I'm good with the ball in my hand. He said, listen, man, I recruited guys to put the ball in their hands, and they're gonna play that position. So it's either you're gonna play defensive back or you're not gonna play for the school level. I said, wow.
It's that cutthroat, man. That's not a surprise. It's cutthroat out here.
I said, wow. So I said, okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play defensive back. And we get in practice. The whole practice is gonna be crazy. It's y'all ain't gonna get a pass off. Y'all throw it over here, it's gonna get picked off. I promise you. And when we do one-on-ones, I'm strapping everybody up. Nobody gonna get open. I'm gonna have your quarterbacks thinking they can't throw the football. Right. So when we get in the game, they ain't gonna have no confidence because they ain't throwing it on me. And everybody that's gonna be in my secondary gonna have the same confidence as me. This is what you want? I got you. I went in there. I had to go home for a second. Missed like 2 days of practice. Everybody ran their 40s. Came back fresh off the mega bus, the cheap bus, the $10 bus from New York.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
$10 bus. And I was broke at the time.
For sure.
I was dead broke, like nothing. $10 bus. Fresh off there. 4-4 off the bus. No stretching, no nothing. Ran 4-4. Afterwards, one-on-ones, strapped everybody up. The whole year, we went through practice, strapped everybody up. Finished the season with 7 interceptions. I'm getting letters from everywhere. Preseason come. Preseason All-American. James Romain is one of the best defensive backs in the country for junior colleges.
Look at God.
I'm like, oh.
God.
Right.
So defense. I fell in love with defensive back in high school. I'm saying I fell in love with it, so I didn't want to play it. Right. But God was like, nah, that's the position you need to play.
Good coaching right there. See, because at 18, we all think we know, especially athletes. Athletes wired different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You put in all this work. You for sure know what's best for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have a coach that's gonna look at you and say, no, that's not what's best for you. What's best for you is this. And that right there, though, shows a lot about your character, because I know a lot of dudes, and I'm not even going to say I'm strong enough myself because I had my own adversities playing college sports.
Absolutely.
That mental of you saying, no, I'm this, and them saying, no, you this, for you to be able to flip it and be like, all right, cool, I'm going to show you I'm the best there is, period. It's something not a lot of cats can do. Guys are like, well, what do you mean? Like, that messes with your mental. And you know, in sports, if you don't got it mentally, physically don't matter. You done. So for you to be able to flip that, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, and now that you think of it, my mental was real strong back then, because the way I felt, like I didn't feel like I wanted to leave. I didn't get under pressure. It was more of me, I'm gonna get as good as I can at this position to show him why he should have put me here in
the first place. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
If you look at college sports now, they don't do that. Tell a kid at 18 nowadays, no, we want you as this. When they thought they were this,
Transfer
portal.
They're gonna
Next
transfer.
day, they're not even on campus. They grab their bags, they back home. They don't even know what that school looks like. So for you to have that mental to be like, all right, cool, that's what you think, and to stick that out. That's a lost art, man. That's a lost art.
Yeah, so you know that best thing I did in my life, changed my position, went JUCO All-American my first year, 7 interceptions, two touchdowns, punt return to the crib. Came in the next year, real cocky.
Right.
Real cocky, like, and this
as you should be.
Right, All-American, bro.
Yeah, and this is something that if I could take it back, I would. Like this is probably like the only thing of my football career that I would take back is my sophomore year. I came into the season cocky. I came into the off-season workouts cocky. I didn't really want to work out like that. I was getting letters from all these schools. I was going to junior college combines. I was killing combines. I was talking to coaches. Coaches was coming to visit other people, and while they visiting other players, they're popping in my highlight tape like, "Can you get this kid to sign with you too?" So I knew everybody in the country knew who I was, but I couldn't accept that type of. I wasn't used to that type of attention at the time, that type of notoriety, and at that time it was like, "Yo, I'm the man. Can't nobody tell me nothing."
It was on his booby
So
mouth.
once that happened, I moved on to a coach. It was a new coach, and I got a soft offer from Michigan. I wanted to go Ohio State. They didn't offer me, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Michigan. All right. All I gotta do is all I need is a 2.3 this semester, and I get to go to Michigan.
Right.
I had a 3.1 already, so I was like, I'm cool. I don't even gotta go to class. So now I'm thinking like I'm some type of, like, and I stopped going to class, still playing. And then the worst thing happens. I get kicked off the team for a fight. Was before the fight happens, somebody on the field, this is during the game, trying to get everything together. We was on the game. We playing against, I believe it was Erie. Playing against Erie. I'm on the field getting a punt return. We losing badly. And I see one of my roommates that I was living with at JUCO running in the stands after somebody that's not playing on the team. He's running after him. I come over, he's like, such and such and such spit in my face. So I'm like, wow, from the stands? I'm like, wow. Okay, cool. Game over. The next day, coach called me, my roommates, the dude who did it, and a couple of his people and says, "You're suspended for 1 game." And I'm like, why am I suspended? Guilty by association. I think you're going to retaliate. I just want to discipline the whole squad. Why? Because y'all so tight. Okay, cool. So now I'm upset about that. So now we all are suspended. We just so happen to see each other on the streets because we suspended on a night, and it's a big fight that breaks out between the two groups. Everybody gets suspended. Now I'm kicked off the team. I lost all my scholarships. I stopped going to class. I got depressed. I get kicked out of junior college. So I end up transferring to another junior college just to graduate. So I graduate from there. The season is about to start for my junior year. Right before I went to Del State, I have no scholarships. One of my best friends, his name is Reginald Johnson. He committed to Delaware State. He decommitted from Delaware State because he had a scholarship to Winston-Salem. He called me, said, "Yo, bro, you don't got no scholarship shit?" I said, "Bro, I don't got nothing." He said, "Yo, bro, you was an All-American." I'm like, "Yo, bro, nothing." He said, "Yo, bro, tomorrow I'm decommitting from Delaware State because it's closer to you, and I'm going to just go to Winston-Salem." So that's how I got my scholarship.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Dude.
So
he committed and went to Winston-Salem to open up that spot for you.
mm-hmm.
I don't think like the gems that are being dropped right now. I can't. I literally can't wait because like this story is so crazy. Because now that I've gotten somewhat of the backstory, and we'll get to Del State, but now we've gotten a backstory. Like the story at the end that I know you from is so much more amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, to know that you went through this much. Yikes. Okay, go ahead, man. Because I'm like, man.
You know what this showed me though? Like sports, we always look at these people on TV. We look at them at the game, and we think, "Oh man, this is such and such is just great. Everything gonna work out."
Everything.
But the amount that has to go right in order to make, I mean, that's not just for like sports, but it's even more magnified in sports because just like that, you went from soft commit to Michigan, and in your mind, at 18, 19-year-old, we all think the same. Yo, a soft commit to 18, 19-year-old is a hard commit. I'm sure. Oh, I'm good. I'm ready. I'm Gucci. But then that soft commit don't mean nothing to to Michigan. That was just a nice little soft commit. And now you have your whole life turned upside down, And it just shows the talent is always needed. Like everybody who plays a college sport is talented to some degree. Like I hate to say bum, and I'm gonna ask you a question about that later. I hate when we like refer to players as bums because these dudes ain't bums. Like I don't matter. So they love to call them a bum. But the show, like right there, your story just shows, man, it's a you threading a needle. Talent is one thing, but you threaten a needle just to hope everything else mentally in our lives in general goes right for you to get to where you are. And it damn sure takes a little bit of luck too. Like we all,
man.
I mean,
Luck.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, luck was on my side, you know, like I went from, you know, like almost going to Michigan and all of that to not even having a scholarship. Like all these schools was offering me, showing interest, and I didn't get one of them. You know, I thought my dream was about to come true. And then, you know, my friend was like an angel from God, I swear. Like when I got that call and he said, yo, bro, I decommitted. I'm gonna decommit tomorrow. I'm gonna tell a coach to call you. The coach called me, and when he called me, his name is Coach Braxton. I love Coach Braxton to death.
Shout out to Coach Braxton, man.
You know, you hear Coach Braxton, I'm a guy, man. Like, so Coach Braxton called me, and he was so excited. He was like, you know, James Romain, like, I'm so humble just to speak to him. Like, he's more excited to speak to me. He's like, yo, man, I would never thought we would, like, ever talk to you, like, ever. Like, this is like, we're about to get, like, a steal. Like, I'm like, you know, life just puts you in certain places for a reason, you know, because if I wouldn't have went there, I wouldn't have known Scoob, I wouldn't have known Hurst, and I wouldn't be on the Zoom call right now. Exactly. You feel me? So, you know, I'll end up going to Dell State, HBCU, the best HBCU on the planet.
Let's shout that out one more time. Like Dell State, like Delaware State University is literally the best HBCU. I don't care what nobody else has to say. If they could experience what we experienced on that campus, Brody.
Yo, man, Dell State was it was so beautiful. It helped me to understand a lot about life alone, just from the different cultures that was there. I bounced off ideas. I saw how other people lived. I knew that it was bigger than just how I grew up in Far Rockaway.
For sure.
I saw people who grew up just like me, who was a little bit more advanced in life as far as politics, how to financially take care of your bills at that age, how to go party and wake up and go to class at 8 o'clock and still get A's.
Sure.
Like just meeting these type of people helped me to understand, like, yo, he gonna be successful in the real world. He don't need sports. He don't need none of that. Like, I gotta find my niche. I gotta find something just in case this don't pan out. Just meeting other people from different cultures, you know, like being on a Black campus, you still see people from Australia, you know, you still see people from China out there. And these is exchange students who's doing something that's, you're like, what are you doing? Biotech. Where your classes at? Back there. Oh, that's what that building. You don't even know what the building is on campus.
You don't even know what it's called.
Never stepped foot in that job.
Y'all probably still don't know what it's called.
You know, like,
it's called the Not For You building.
Right. Right.
Like, you know, like I cut through that building just to go to a class. Like, that's the shortcut building. Yo, do you know that little building right there? Cut through that building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. But it was just beautiful. So, you know, I had the chance to meet, you know, this is my guy. This is my brother. Right. This is my brother. My brother Tyron Hurst.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. Nice. Me and Hurst been through a lot. You know, had a good, decent career at Delaware State. We both had a decent career. Didn't graduate on time. So, you know, I had to leave campus because my scholarship was up. So after I left campus, I quit football. Football was done. Didn't do anything for about, I say, 2 years. Didn't do anything for 2 years. I was at home. I was literally a bum. Like, I was a bum. I was staying on my mom's couch.
Wow.
I didn't have a job. I was living off people, trying to live off, trying to just, so.
During this time though, in your mind, were you missing the game? Like, were you missing the game? Were you eager to get back? Or was it just in your mind at this time during this period, it was just done?
It was just done for me. Like, I literally quit. Like, I quit. I said, I'm done. And my pop was so mad. My mom was like, well, you got 1 degree. Go get a job. Go find a job. I'm like, Mom, I'm not working right now. Like, I'm going to find something else. I'm going to use one of my talents.
Yeah.
So my dad, like, you need to get up off the couch, go hit that sand, go run and go hit one of these tryouts. You need to go do that. So I'm like, Dad, I'm done playing football. So my other brother, named Emmanuel Green, call him E, started playing semi-pro in Far Rockaway. Started playing semi-pro, and he started playing corner. So he's like, hey, bro, this like high school, man. Remember we used to play corner together. Come on, play, bro. Yo, bro, it's just fun, bro. You ain't doing nothing else. So I'm like, all right, I'll go out. Played the last 5-6 games of the season for them. We won a championship. I got a little spark back. I'm like, yo, this is cool. Got some picks. I'm like, yo, this is cool. Semi-pro, all right. I'll play. Right. I'm like, nah, they got to start paying me or something. $150. Nah, they got to do something. $100 a week. Something. This ain't my talent too good. So, month go by. Big Hurst called me. I ain't speak to Hurst in like 3-4 months.
Wow.
So Hurst like, yo, bro. He like, yo, what you doing, bro? I'm like, I'm good. He like, yo, geez, you trying to play some football? So I'm like, I'm already playing semi-pro, bro. Like, he like, I'm not about to play no. I'm like, yo, I'm not about to come out to Delaware and play those semi-pro. He like, nah, geez, I just signed to this IFL team, this indoor football team. I said, what?
Right.
I said, that's professional? He said, yeah, bro, it's pro. Like, you got the chance to get to the league and all that. So I said, what's arena? He said, like the small field. I said, oh, I know what you're talking about. So he like, you want to play? He was like, the coach said I need a corner. He was like, yo, the nicest corner I've ever seen play the game in person was you. I was like, tell him to send that contract, man. Tell him to send that. Tell him to send that contract.
For sure.
So sent that contract, signed the contract up. It came through. The team says Fairbanks Grizzlies. All right, the Fairbanks Grizzlies. All right, cool. The colors look cool. I Googled it. I'm looking at the team. It's cool. So I'm like, my mom was like, where's Fairbanks? So my dad Alaska. That's Alaska. My dad was in the military. So my dad like, that's Alaska. My mom was like, oh, Jesus.
Hey, they said they wanted you off the couch.
Hey, you got the furthest away from the couch.
You dang sure not gonna be on the couch at that point. Like,
right.
You can't physically be on the couch.
That's crazy.
So look,
and joints. Nah.
My mom was so nervous. So I took the flight to Alaska. I was so nervous. I took the flight to Alaska. I get out there, it's dark. Most of the day is dark out there. I landed like 9:00 at night, 10:00. So I'm thinking, it's dark. So get out there my first day. I see this huge moose. Biggest animal I've seen in my life. I knew I was in foreign land. I knew it was something different, So yeah, Rocky Bullwinkle. I seen
Right. For sure.
So go to the hotel. I see Hurst, everybody, greeting them. Now I'm in Alaska. It's freezing out there. We wake up the next morning. We got to go take physicals and stuff the next day. We wake up at 8, 9 o'clock. It's still dark outside. So I'm like, yo, I'm thinking my watch still on East Coast time.
Right.
Check my phone. Go check the clocks in the hotel. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? They like, yeah, it's I think it's called daylight something. But it was like 16, 17 hours of daylight. So We go on, we go practicing. A week or two go by, you know, it's still dark and stuff. Me and Hurst go out to get something to eat one night. And we stop at this light. They gave us cars out there, right? So we stop at this light and we got the radio on. We listening, you know, to the old school jams. You know, we just bumping, vibing, going to, you know what I'm saying? We just going to McDonald's. I remember it, going to McDonald's. That's when I was eating McDonald's. We was driving to McDonald's. We stopped at the light by the hotel that we were staying in. And our radio started getting fuzzy. We heard this like signal coming in from the other side of the radio. It sounded like a voice. So it's like, but the radio's still playing. So I'm driving and ahead of me is like this little field of like trees, branches. It's a house, 2, 3, street, little stores. And it's this little object hovering over the trees, moving weird. You know, it's moving weird. So I'm just staring at it. Like I'm staring at it for a second. And I hear her say, yo, geez, what is that? So I looked at him to see if he was looking at what I was looking at. And I'm like, oh, he's looking at it.
Oh, you see the
I
same?
said, yo, bro, I don't know. When I said that, it just stopped. The light got bigger and took off into space, 0.2 seconds. So me and Hurst was like, yo, get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here. I ran the red light and all of that. Ran the red light. We out of here. I don't know what that was. When I say we out of here, so we get back to the hotel.
Oh, God.
They asked us, you know, what happened and stuff like that, whatever. They said we was going for an hour and a half. So boom, we done with Alaska. I put my highlight tape up on YouTube. I just said, you know, I'm gonna just let everything go. I signed to Green Bay. We do a year in Green Bay. After we do a year in Green Bay, I post my highlight tape again. I get a call from Philly. Coach from Philly called, said, you know, I seen your highlight tape. I want you to go there. So my career in Philly started. I had to sit the back seat for 2 seasons. Still started. Missed 1 game starting without injury. From 2015 to 2019, I was the best guy in my position. Last year, 2019, I won Defensive Player of the Year. From 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, all arena selection. Philadelphia Souls, all-time leading interception leader, all-time leading defensive back scoring touchdown leader. What else can I name? Not many guys can say they've stepped on an arena football field since I've walked in from the day Coach Dozell called me up. Have done what I've done. Respect to all the guys that's played the game, but I just played the game at a different level. My mindset was different. In a game where you give up the ball and you give up points, I took points off the board.
Yeah,
so
let's talk about that part right there. For those who aren't familiar with arena football, it's real high scoring. So for you to be excelling on a defensive side of the football in arena league, which is designed to score points, it's not designed for us to. We don't want field goals in arena league. We don't want punts. We want straight up touchdowns in arena football.
Yeah.
So for you to tell me that for that long of a stretch you were that dominant on the defensive side of the ball, I don't think people understand just how much more impressive that is.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's like going to a gunfight with a knife and you win. Like you're not supposed to win.
Slice pull us up though.
Right.
Yeah. So those that don't understand the arena game, you have a guy running at the line of scrimmage full speed, a wide receiver. So from the year 2015 to 2019, I was the guy that was covering that receiver every play. So the chances of me getting scored on was very high. You know, so I took the chances of it being an 80 to an 85-15 chance of scoring to a 50-50. Is the chance that this guy might pick the ball off, or is a chance we might score? I don't know. So I eliminated a lot of throws to the motion receiver, and that's the guy you're supposed to throw it to. So throughout my career, it's like when you play the Philadelphia Soul, you can't just throw at James Romain at the motion. You got to throw to the standstill guys, the other guys. And I still had a dominant core around me. That's why we won the championships and we was, so dominant all them years. So when you're in arena football and you get a defensive back that can eliminate the motion receiver, then you want to try to keep that guy around no matter what. You want to mold that guy and you want to keep him, especially if he's young.
See, and I think what you're saying right now perfectly is indicative in the NFL as well today. If we've noticed in the past couple of years, the cornerback market has exploded in just what guys are getting paid to shut down these receivers, right? Like Stephon Gilmore's out here. The top DBs of the league are commanding top money now.
Yes.
Before DBs were man, you're getting paid like a tight end almost. You weren't getting paid, but it started in Arena Football League before it has ballooned to the level it has in the NFL. The Arena Football League is a passing league, right? And now in the NFL, we can all sit here and agree and say, it's good. Running teams winning the playoffs, but we talking regular season, it's a passing league, right?
Yeah.
So now you're in a position, you've played a position that is so you're not designed to win at all. There's no part of playing DB that is designed for you to succeed. Besides the fact that you can jam a guy, and some dudes are unjammable. Like we talk about a Julio,
you're not jamming him, right? He's
DK Metcalf,
DK Metcalf, physical special. You're not jamming him.
Yeah,
DeAndre Hopkins, you got guys like that too, man.
You're not jamming them. So you don't have an advantage going into that, and for you to be able to say in your league, you were able to shut these guys to the point where it's a 50-50 on if they're going to succeed in a league that definitely was not set up for that, shows a lot about what you were able to do, which actually leads us into our next question. You want to ask it, yeah?
Yeah, I was actually about to piggyback off that. So I was about to say, after hearing all your experience and stuff like that, like what, as a defensive back, like what type of quarterback did you least like going against, or why, or like what kind of schemes did you hate going against?
I hated I hated quarterbacks that held the ball. Like I love quarterbacks who went through their progressions. They knew they could look at the defense and be like, okay, they're in cover 3, they're in cover 4, they're in cover 1. 1, 2, 3, 3-step. I know I got to throw the ball here. 5-step, I'm letting the ball go. I hate the quarterbacks that hold the ball, look around, and scramble back and forth. Because I'm a guy that's reading all of that 3-step, 5-step, because I want to break on the ball. So I hated the quarterbacks that moved around and want to look guys off and stuff like. I hated those quarterbacks, man. I hated those guys.